Hey there. So today we're taking a look at the Google Pixel 2 XL. It's an expensive phone, like $850 retail. Is it worth that much money? Well, I've been testing it out the last couple days, and I'll give you my opinion right after this. I'm Chris Andrews, News for Shoppers. So this is the Google Pixel 2 XL in all its glory. It is a good size phone, still fits in my pocket very easily, but I did have to two-hand it. I'm used to a smaller phone when I first got it, but as I'm getting used to it over the last couple of days, it's more and more one-handed. I got this one through Project Fi. If you're unfamiliar with Project Fi, it's Google's own cell phone service. It uses 3 different carriers and switches you around depending on who has the strongest signal. It's $20 a month for unlimited text and calls and $10 a gigabyte for data. So it's a pretty good deal. If you're thinking of getting this through Project Fi, I can save you a little bit of money. Just watch through the end of this video and I'll have information on that and another discount program that you can get through my website. But wait till the end of the video and I'll tell you more about that. Back to the phone here. It's impressively quick. And you would expect that from a high-end phone, but bringing up, for example, my mail, it pops right up, or Google News. Very snappy. Even the camera, and that's probably the most impressive thing here, is the camera comes up very quick. I'm used to having phones that it took a minute to bring up the phone app, and it also takes pictures very quickly. If I just do a click and the picture's done, doesn't take any time to focus, and there's no kind of a wait where it's a bit of a delay to get the snapshot. If you've read some of the reviews about the camera, I would have to agree with them. It's a great camera. Colors have been terrific, very well focused, easy, quick. I've got no problems with the camera at all. So that's a factor you want to consider when you're getting a high-end phone and putting this much money into a phone. The camera is great. One of the features that I do really like about it is the Google Assistant. If you're taking a selfie, you know how you used to have to hold up the phone with one hand, and if your arm's around somebody, you have to get them to reach forward and hit it and try to get all the timing right and all that stuff. With Google Assistant, you can just squeeze the edges of the phone here and say, take a selfie. And it comes up, gives you a little countdown here, and takes the picture. So that is very handy. And I like the way to access Google Assistants with the squeeze. If I say, okay, Google here at home, this comes on, my Google Home Mini picks it up. If I'm sitting next, it's talking right now, the Home Mini. If I'm sitting next to my wife, her phone will react. So if you just do the squeeze and use that, then it's very easy to signal in, to tighten it into just this phone answering my question and responding. So that's been a very handy feature. Another thing is the fingerprint sensor back here. You can use it by sliding your finger up and down to open and close notifications. And that's been kind of a handy feature. I didn't know I'd be using it as much as I did, but when I'm sitting around, if I want to check something real quick, that's been handy. Now, the battery on this phone has also been great. I'm coming off of a Nexus 5X, and the battery on that was unfortunately piss poor. It would make it through half a day of heavy use, 3/4 of a day on an easier one. It had to be charged during the day. With the Google Pixel 2 XL here, this usually has 30 to 40% of battery left when I plug it in at night. Even if I've used it fairly heavy, it still has plenty of battery power left. So that's a big plus to having this phone. Now, when the Google Pixel 2 first came out, there were complaints about the colors. I haven't had any problems at all, though. The display on this has been beautiful. Apparently that was a software issue that Google fixed early on. There are a couple of different settings for colors here, and I have mine on boosted mode, but there's one that's even more vibrant, so that's available. But the colors look great and are clear, and the image is very nice. Another thing that people complained about that seemed to be very overblown is if you look at it at an angle, there is a blue tinge overall. But I'm not usually looking at my phone from an angle. And even at this angle here, I can still read the icons and the text very easily. I've had phones before that were totally black and you really couldn't see from this angle. So I don't mind some blue tinge there. The only time I noticed having a little problem with an angle was when I had the phone flat and I was reading through some Google News stuff, and while I was having lunch, and I was having a little bit of trouble reading some things, so I propped it up on the edge of a tray, and then it was fine. So, I mean, I'm normally looking straight on to my phone, so I don't really see that much of as much of a problem. If you were worried about that, I wouldn't. So the big question is this phone worth $850? Well, it is a high-end phone, and if you look at, say, the iPhone X, oh boy, that's about $1,000 now. That almost makes this feel like a good deal. If you like all the tricks that it does, if you like your version of Android naked, like I do, so that you get the latest security updates and the latest operating system, you got a great camera on this. So it seems like cell phone prices are just going up and up and up for the most part. That almost makes this worthwhile. When I got this, though, I got it on a Cyber Monday. So it came with, on Cyber Monday, a $100 credit to Project Fi and a Google Home Mini, or coupon for a Google Home Mini. And that made it a lot easier to swallow the $850. But if you have the money and you like high-end phones and you want the most current stuff on it, this is a pretty darn good phone. I do like it, and it's a good size. I mentioned earlier I could save you a little bit of money. If you're going to use Project Fi, there's a link down here on the YouTube comment for Project Fi with $20 credit when you buy through that link. And full disclosure, I get a credit also when you buy through that link, and you'll have a link too that you can give to other people, and they have contests and things like that for getting people to sign on. I also want to invite you over to my website, where we have an affinity discount program with discounts to restaurants and hotels and car rentals and all sorts of products, movies, lots of things like that, and it's free to sign up for. So just jump over to newsforshoppers.com, click on the join link, and we can stay in touch through that, and you'll get discounts to thousands of products. So that's a great deal, and it's free to join. So what do you think of the Google Pixel 2 XL and its price? Do leave your comments below if you have any questions. I'll try to answer those as we go here. And in general, just let me know what you think of the phone. So that's all for now. I'm Chris Andrews, News for Shoppers. Until next time.